Hello, hello, hello. What's up, everybody? How you doing? I didn't know my camera was on, so that was scary. Fortunately, I'm not completely fucking naked.
He has a flat brain.
El Fang, thank you for 90 months. And Dino, thank you for that gift sub. Yes, kittens. Kittens indeed. We are fostering some kittens.
He has a flat brain.
Tenosis, thank you for 77 months. Whoops, all kittens. Sorry for my lateness. I had to wrap up some work stuff. This is a rough time for the type of stuff that we do because it is the Black Friday, Cyber Monday changeover weekend, holiday weekend. So, basically, everyone's desperate. We're desperate. Clients are desperate. So I saw the doctor today in that ongoing saga. So I'm establishing my primary care relationship, of which I haven't had since I was a tiny child. The problem, Nin, is that I actually like what I do. I mean, I don't like anybody. I don't want to work all the time. I don't want that to be my whole life. But I don't ever find myself looking at the clock going, when is this over? I've definitely had that. I've had my previous job, like my most recent previous job. I've had a cubicle job or two, and I've had those days where, you know, I'm looking at the clock. I'm off at 5 and I'm going, oh god, it's only 8:15 in the morning. So yeah. And it's, you know, the trouble is it's dangerous to enjoy what you do in that you won't be as guarded about your time. Or multiple other things. You know, I actually care about making sure that the clients are taken care of, and sometimes that means if a thing is not done and it takes longer than expected, I may try to stretch and make it happen because I feel bad because they're expecting me to do the thing that they need, or they're relying on me to do it. You know, it's like not anybody else is gonna be able to do it. So if I don't, it doesn't happen. I mean, I'm not doing something nobody else can do, but other people are doing other things that need to be done for other people. So anyway, it's all complicated. And I recognize that I am definitely not enforcing a good work-life balance for myself, at least recently. But I've also had a really fucking hard time recently because of my guts, you know. The fact that that project got out relatively on time and relatively complete, despite everything, despite that I had a lengthy out-of-office PTO in the middle of it, or actually just right before launch, and then I've been fucking sick through the whole fucking thing. It's astonishing that it got out without being a train wreck. But all of those factors did cause me to feel even more like I needed to throw more of my time at it to compensate for all of the other shit that was stealing time from it. So, what I'm saying is, it's nuanced. There's a lot of nuance to it. Nobody's got a gun to my head saying, you have to stay here and work all of this amount of time that you're working. Everyone, all my bosses, all of them are like, they encourage me to, like on my first day of the PTO, I was working in the morning because there was some bits and pieces of things that needed to go out, and my top boss was like, PTO, go, leave. Someone else will do this. Just go. So they're good people. They are. There's nobody that's like, you need to work until your head falls off or anything like that. Yeah, it's definitely like a personality problem thing. What I'm trying to say is they're not encouraging that environment either. So it's not like the game companies where they feed, because that's one of those situations where there's, a lot of the people that are doing development or whatever work in game design are there because like that's a passion thing, because that's specifically the way. So like not all game dev is like that, but I would say there's probably a higher prevalence of that in that world, right? And what happens in a lot of those companies is that they feed that beast intentionally. They create a culture. That's the killer. That's what makes it their, the company is actually hurting the employees in that case, because they're taking advantage of the fact that they're passionate. In this case, that's actually not the culture at this company whatsoever. And I'm mostly doing this to myself. No, it's all very visible because we have to do time tracking for billing purposes. It's not like there's no automated like activity tracking or anything like that. Thank fuck. Everybody at this company hates that shit. So it's like it's ingrained in the culture that we won't do that. But we do have to track our billable hours because we have like detailed budgets for projects. So the way that like a project like this works, because they're pretty significantly large, is we do like a whole roadmap thing that we build out with the client before the project starts, and everyone who's doing like that's leading the build, we estimate out like this is how much all of this bit, how many hours, how much that's going to cost out of the budget, and then it all totals up to whatever the total cost is. And then when we actually do the work, we have to track those hours that we're putting in, because that's billable time, and it goes, into the budget. So, oh goodness me, we've got a pretty slick setup. It's because it's all very dev centric. The whole like IT setup and interconnected apps and everything is really pretty fucking tight. I actually enjoy it quite a lot. But yeah, so they know, and I definitely feel that like, despite the fact that I really shouldn't be overloading myself as much as I am, it does feel good that my efforts are seen and appreciated. So that's nice as well. But it shouldn't be the status quo. I recognize that, of course. I don't know how many hours I'm totally doing. Billable hours are not equivalent to like your hours that you're actually working, because it's only when you're specifically doing a thing and tracking it. So your actual hours that you put in are more than that usually, because there's internal meetings, or there's sometimes you're doing stuff that's related to work, but it's not related to a specific client or project, that sort of thing. For the most part, I think I've been averaging probably in the vicinity of 40-hour weeks. But during this project, my billable hours on a few days, or not a few days, a few weeks, definitely exceeded 40 hours in the week. So that means that I probably put in the vicinity of 50 or 55-ish hours, which, yeah, it's a lot. It's definitely too much to do. And I was feeling a bit of burnout. But I can't let a thing go if I feel like it's not going to hit the target. I have such, like, it just eats me, you know? I would rather do that than when launch day comes around have to be like, hey, I blew it. Or, you know, really you should raise things like that sooner. So what would hopefully actually happen is that you go, hey, I'm not going to hit the targets. We need to bring somebody else in. But that also feels bad because it's like, I feel like I look like I'm blowing it. And also, I feel like I'm putting a burden onto somebody else that was not, you know, it's all my fault. It's not meant to have happened that way because we had planned this and it should have went to plan. But I need to stop thinking like that and just say, hey, we need to bring other people in or something, rather than throwing myself down the well, because it's obviously not healthy. The doctor that I talked to today, it seems like his opinion at the moment, he was very cool, by the way, really nice, really friendly, and I think he's going to be really great. He certainly is going to like widely test stuff, but his seems like his strongest opinion at the moment is that it is stress induced. But of course, he acknowledged that the type of symptoms that I have are like super vague and can be a lot of things. So we're still going to test for like some sort of infection or bacteria growth type thing, or salmonella, that sort of stuff. So, but yeah, very cool doctor. I also, since we got into the stress thing, I brought up like I've never really officially explored any sort of mental health thing, or obviously specifically this, like whether I have anxiety outside of the realm of standard human anxiety, and I don't like, you know, self-diagnosing, so I don't really claim that I or know or anything that I have an anxiety disorder, but I want to explain. And he recommended like, here's like, you should go down the counseling road first and avoid like going straight to drugs or anything like that. So well, you know, I believe the intention is for him to be pretty permanent there, but like there's no guarantees, right? He is a primary care doctor, so that's his office, and I mean, anybody can decide, well, I don't want to work here anymore, I want to move to another town, or, you know, whatever, and then they're gone. So but indefinitely yes. So, hi, hello. I feel like I've been talking nonstop for, I don't even know when I started. I don't have a watch on. I don't know why I looked at my wrist. I don't even like wearing watches, and I haven't worn a watch in years. So I really don't know why I looked at my wrist. Uh, you You know the meme, don't you, Food? I feel like you said the meme yourself earlier. Yeah. Oops all. There was a cereal somebody made. It was like Oops all marshmallows or something like that a while back, and then people memed it for a while. It's kind of old now. And I put was it Oops all berries? Right. And I put cereal on the end because it makes it like, I don't know. I think it sounds funnier when you do that, when you add cereal to the end of it. But I don't know. I'm not very funny. All it was me joking about that I was late because of work. It's Oops all work cereal. Enjoy. I did, Pat. Yeah, it was good and terrible. It was good and terrible. I actually did. I did a while back one of those apps. There was one that really made the rounds because it was kind of insane. It was like one of the first ones that really blew people away. I don't remember if it was a Snapchat filter or if it was a standalone app. It wasn't one of the ones that did a shitty job. It was one of the ones that did an insanely good job, where it was disturbing. And so I did it. It was the one that was doing. It would do like gender swaps and stuff. And what was scary was I did it, and it just turned me into my mom. It was just my mom. Like, I don't know. You know, I don't know how it is for everybody, but I'm one of those people where when somebody says, like, well, you're the spitting image of your parents, or, you know, your mom or your dad, I just, for whatever reason, I could never see it. Except for in, like, one case where I happened upon a very old driver's license of my dad's. And it happened to be at basically the intersection of, like, the age he was and the ID was around the age I was when I found or saw the ID. And it was pretty astonishing how, like, it kind of just looked like a photo of me. But I must be a really good cross-section of both of them, because that fucking face app thing just turned me into my mom. So I must look much more like her than I realize as well. It was shocking. I don't know how to... I can't explain it because you don't know what my mom looks like, but it was fucking shocking. Really, Dev? Like, same fur and pattern? Some people don't, Pat. Some people look nothing like their parents. I never get it with babies. Never. I've never seen a baby that looks like a fucking human, let alone like their parents. But everybody always says that. Oh, it looks just like you. Like, that should be an insult. I don't look like this fucking baby. They're horrible bugs. I've never found babies cute. I don't know why. Because I know that lots of people, probably the majority of people, think babies are cute, but, like, I never have. Never, ever. Yeah. Well, so, like, there's a kind of uncanny valley of cute where I think newborns are closer to cute than when they're a little bit more formed, like a few weeks in. But newborns are also closer to, like, weird gargoyles too. Like, so that it works against it. I don't know. Because newborns are really deformed, right? They've got the kind of weird oblong head because their skull's all soft, and and their arms and legs are very bird because they were like this for 9 months. Well, not for the entire 9 months, but you know what I mean. For the last few weeks, they're really crammed, so they've got like this bird body thing. I don't know. I don't like it, man. I don't like it. Yeah, I would say kids start seeming cute at probably toddler age, but then what counteracts that is that's when they act the fucking worst. Because they can function, but they don't have any social awareness or skills or anything. They've still got like the cry for everything from being a baby, but now they have all the
He has a flat
mobility
brain.
of of a toddler. It's a horrible combination of things. Truly terrible. Skylar tries. Thank you for 19 months. Yeah, that makes sense, Dave. That makes perfect sense. I don't care about your weird bug. Don't talk to me about your bug. And definitely don't show me pictures of your bug.
He has a flat brain.
The one thing that kids that age occasionally manage to do is say some really fucking cute shit. And I'll acknowledge that. I can admit that. Zugi Zork, thank you for 39 months. Much of which these days gets captured on TikTok. Like there's a few I can actually just off the top of my head think of. Isn't there like the Good Morning Kid that people put his voice over like the most adorable puppy you've ever seen or something like that, and there's just this kid's voice going, "Good morning, good morning," and you're just seeing like this puppy that's just like wobbling towards the camera, "Good morning," and it's just like this distilled
He has a flat
cuteness
brain.
attack. You're just overwhelmed, like, fucking shit. It's the cutest thing I've ever seen and heard. One Dead Saint, thank you for 8 months. I don't know. I absorb a lot of them by osmosis through Nakomi because she's big into browsing TikTok. I do not even have TikTok installed. So those end up getting in my head. Like that, there's this other one that's just this stupid song, but it just gets in your head, and then I end up singing it to Mr. Chu. But it's some little kid was singing it. What is it? He's just a baby dog. He's just my baby dog. I'm sure someone knows this. 1 million of you probably do. He's just my baby dog. And then there's 100 billion videos on TikTok that have that as the soundtrack, and then just dogs. And I mean, I have to say, that kind of thing almost makes me feel like social media wasn't a total failure. I can deal with that. I can live with that shit forever. Totally fine with that. If that was all social media was, we did it. Success. Someone download that, edit it, and just have my arms, like 6 of my arm coming in from every angle in a circle around my face. Watching the Coney Island videos? What the hell are the Coney Island videos? I'm not up to speed with this. Oh, holy shit. I'm holding on. That JFK shit is just an endless mine of like I saw the one that's making the rounds today where a whole bunch of them are singing "We Are the World," and it's so weird. Like, why? Why are you singing that together while you're waiting for JFK to emerge from the dirt? What is the meaning of this? Yeah. I mean, little kids are responsible for some of the most like bedrock memes. Like fucking Charlie Bit Me. Fuck your life, Bing Bong. Wait, this seems familiar. Oh fuck yeah, I know what this. Yeah, I know this. I have seen this. I just forgot. Yeah. It is pretty incredible. uh, what are you referring to, Foxborn? I don't remember talking about anything about that yesterday. Oh, y'all were right, by the way. Somebody said that I would be thinking about Halo while I was working today. I was. I had such a really good time with Halo last night. It was a blast. It's very good. Ah, you know me well, Nee. Because I was definitely, I was simmering on it. I actually put some feelers out trying to maybe make some happen tonight, but nobody took the bait. And then work happened, so. I had a fucking blast last night, Dave. It was sending me back in time. Not to Halo times, which is what it probably isn't doing for Halo players, I almost feel. Because it's gunplay wise, I honestly really feel like it's pretty significantly different from past Halos. And I know that the community is really unhappy with it because of like no playlists, the progression is awful, the customization stuff is awful, but the gunplay is so good, and it just gives me this incredible like early 2000s deathmatch vibe, but also mixed with modern. Like I can feel some of the PUBG stuff coming through for me in that. Not that like it's got anything from that, but what I mean is just the gunplay style and the play style. I feel it carrying over, and I enjoy that feeling in PUBG, so I enjoy it in Halo as well. Damn, nice, Dave. Nice. I had some pretty big ones yesterday. I hit a KDA of like 17 or something like that. I was topping the server back to back to back. And it's funny because the other two nights I had played, it didn't really click for me at all. I just felt like, eh. I mean, I was biased going in because I have always felt like I don't really care for Halo. Like when we did Halo Gunplay, I mean. What was it that came out? Was it Halo 3? When did we all jump in multiplayer with like Bear Taffy and shit? I'm pretty sure you were in there too, Dave. And Justin and a number of others. It was in the Master Chief Collection. One of them came out with multiplayer, and it just didn't feel good. It didn't feel good to me, but it felt like Halo. It felt, I recognized it as the type of gunplay that I don't like. And this is not that. This is so different from that. This is much more modern feeling. Yeah, the whole games as a service thing has kind of metastasized at this point, because I feel like this is so common to see now, where Someone had an interesting comment about this on the Halo subreddit that I saw, because I saw another complaint post. They're just very regular, and I pop in to just kind of get the vibe, general vibe. And there was a comment that was like, "This is because all these games are trying to copy what Fortnite did, but the thing with Fortnite is that they like perfected the formula in terms of progression. So the way like it works in Fortnite is you buy the battle pass. I think Fortnite was one of the first, if not the first one, to do the battle pass scheme. And but the thing is, the way Fortnite works is you buy the battle pass, and you can actually, if you complete the battle pass, you earn enough in-game currency to continue the next season. You don't have to buy another battle pass. You've earned it. So they actually do things. It's what it is a player retention system. That's the point of it. It's the same thing they do on mobile, right? All mobile games, and the reason I don't really like mobile games is because they're based entirely around these retention systems that I don't feel like are a good replacement for just gameplay. But they're free, and so they're trying to make money. But I don't like it. But anyway, Fortnite did it probably the most correct out of anybody in terms of that you get stuff that's you're probably going to like some of the stuff at least that you get, and you also can earn the next battle pass and keep going. So you stick around. Halo has a battle pass, and the stuff you get sucks. What are they thinking? Like, that's just, it's so off the mark. It's weird. And everything about it sucks. Not just that the stuff you get sucks, but the whole system for like equipping stuff, and it's all bad. It's so weird that anybody designed that and then went, nail it, they're gonna love this. Is this designed by aliens? Did they look at this? It's really strange. I just don't understand how you could miss the mark like that hard. Yes, but yeah, so the gameplay is fun, and that's what will keep people around. But that is kind of dangerous in this day and age, because one of the big things about all this is player attention spans are probably shorter than ever. This is why no arena shooter exists anymore. Because when arena shooters had their heyday, there wasn't any other layer to it. So you came there to play the arena shooter, and your motivation was to be the best at the arena shooter. Because there was nothing to earn. There was nothing to get. There was no levels. There was no meta. There was like meta in terms of the usual gameplay meta stuff, but no meta layer of unlockables or tiers or ranks or anything like that. So, but the whole landscape has changed since then. And so now you need all that crap. And you need to do it right. Yeah, Pat, basically. I guess I don't know. I don't know really that much about the Halo community or anything like that, JJ. I just know that I saw a lot of people were in agreement that, because like one of the things that sucks about it is you'll get like the color schemes and stuff. They're not universal. They're behind a thing. So like I guess like an armor core or whatever. So you can't use the same color palettes across everything. They're locked to different items for some reason, and it just makes it more confusing and more frustrating. And for myself personally, digging around in it, the interface is awful. It's horrible. I do not like it. It is extremely unpleasant to customize anything, in my opinion, because the UX is, it's really I don't know. It just kind of fucks your eyes, and it's confusing to navigate. I don't know. That aspect of it, I don't really care for. Yeah, I'm good on the gameplay. The only complaints that I saw about the gameplay were people talking about nade spam, but like I was not bothered. You just watch out for nades, man. Don't go where it's likely that you're going to get creamed by nades either. Like if you're attacking like a little bottleneck, you can just assume it's going to get chucked full with nades if somebody sees you coming. That's you just I don't know. You just compensate for that shit, in my opinion. But everybody spawns with 2 nades in their pocket, so. Right, everybody does it. But I mean, it just makes sense. You've got grenades. You see somebody around the corner, or they're in a little tight bottleneck. You fucking chuck your grenades, man. Why not? Get them. You know, I was kind of sort of gonna do art, but now I don't know if I actually feel like it. I don't know if it's actually gonna happen. I'm gonna set just chatting for now, since I've been in art for a while, and not arting. Look, I'm not like a fucking subscriber to the Halo subreddit or something. That was just the location where I saw a thread. The thing about Reddit is that these things are in a big overall network, so not everything is just an echo chamber. There's people from all over the place. Maybe I saw an echo chamber opinion. Maybe I didn't. I'm not hanging around there. I saw the thread come up on popular. I did a vibe check. That's all my overlap with the subreddit. Whatever their history is, I don't know it. And I also don't take it as the Bible either. I'm just a vibe check. Just look and see. That's the way I treat comments. I just look at them, kind of get a vibe check, and then I move on. Oh, there is one other. I feel like the shotgun feels, I don't know, super weak. I don't know if I like the shotgun. The shotgun should obliterate at like medium range and below, in my opinion. But the spread on it is stupid. The spread on it is I don't know. It's like a funnel. It comes out like this from the barrel. So you have to be right up in somebody's goddamn face if you're gonna get a good hit with the shotgun on them. I don't feel like that's very good. Yeah, that's like old school interpretation of shotguns. But shotguns are actually pretty accurate. The fact they fire a spread shot, but it has a really good range IRL. But in games, for some reason, they're treated like, well, the pellets come out like this at 90-degree angles from the barrel. Like, what? That's not how shotguns work. A lot of people complain about the shotguns in PUBG because they're effective, but I like that. They should be pretty fucking effective. Yeah. I don't know how it would have changed the balance of Halo if the shotgun were to be a little bit better than it is. I mean, they have melee instant kills with the sword, but the sword is uncommon. And if you hit somebody in the back with the regular melee, isn't that an instant kill too? I don't remember. It's pretty effective at close range, I know that. But I feel like the shotgun almost feels pointless the way it currently is. And it might, I think it could benefit from a bit of an adjustment in this iteration of Halo multiplayer, but. Oh, it used to be one shot at close range. I think maybe it should go back to that then. Oh, I see. So, range-wise, it would have effectively been equivalent to the sword. All right. Well, whatever it needs. All I'm saying is right now I'm not a big fan of it. It feels disappointing to use, is what I'm trying to say, because I have tried to get in close range with somebody, and my expectation is if they're like, I don't know, like 20 feet away from me, which is not all that far, it should still be pretty damn effective, but it just doesn't feel effective at all. And it just makes me not want to ever pick it up. I'd just rather not. There's way more fun weapons. Like, what's the one that's like a fat revolver? What is that thing? I don't know the names yet of the weapons in this game. What's that fatty revolver? Mangler? That's a fun gun. I like that one because it's got this little arc, so it's really fun to. I don't know. It's got a good kick. It just feels good. It feels good to hit somebody with that thing because it feels like it's hard to do, but if it does hit, it's pretty fucking effective. That's a good gun, in my opinion. I have not really got a grip on the melee stuff in Halo. And that has not changed with this iteration. The sword I don't think I got a single kill anytime I picked up the sword. I could never get close enough to anybody. Yeah. Just never could get close enough to anybody. And I don't know at what distance. You have to develop a feel for these things. Because I know that at some distance you just like zoom towards them if you just click on them, right? I liked the shock rifle. I was trying to find in my VOD. I didn't find it, but I wanted to find that one moment where I went off the ramp and I sailed. As I was sailing through the air, I sniped somebody driving under me in a warthog and killed them. That was extremely pleasing. If your reticle is red, okay. Got it. I haven't played Dread yet. But we are starting to make some progress on things around here, which means that I'll be able to start unpacking things and organizing things. I literally don't know where my Switch is right now. So we're starting to migrate towards me being able to do shit again. Yeah, like I'm desperate to get back to some retro. I miss it so fucking much. I miss the retro setup. I miss RGB. I miss my CRTs. I want to play retro games. I want to play awful games. It's been too long, and I'm dying. I would advise you to just consider this year's Scream-A-Day over for now. I'm kind of in reset mode because with the marathon and the project and the sickness, that shit all hit me like a truck and it kind of blew away me doing anything else. You know what I mean? And that includes like planning what the hell the stream is for the next anything other than us all tacitly agreeing that December is Dino Crisis, and that's that. And I hope I haven't. Don't get overly excited about that because I don't know if I'm gonna be able to really make anything special happen there. Worst case scenario, I hope that I can get the PlayStation hooked up and play Dino Crisis on stream. um, we'll see. We'll see. Well, the emotes are easy to switch now, since Twitch finally made that whole system sane. It still could be a little bit better, but it's so much better than it was. It was awful before. The fact that you like if you updated, what was it? So if you wanted to change your emotes, like this is for everybody who ever did a themed emote set. And it took Twitch 8 years to realize this is a thing that sucked. I just don't understand them. But anyway, the way it used to be was like, let's say I'm going to update CoWave. Well, I have to delete the existing one. And then I have to wait 15 minutes to an hour for the cache to update. Because if I try to add CoWave with a new emote, because I'm trying to put in my themed emotes, it will say, that name's already in use. You can't use that. It was a fucking nightmare. It would take like a full fucking day to change all your emotes over. So, well, actually, you could just delete them all and then it would just be like 15 minutes to an hour. But still, it sucked. The Yule Hog. We should do themed shit together. We should definitely like drag people into dumb shit on different streams. It's good. I mean, I think you're the progenitor of Dino Crisis over here, Dave. I think that's pretty much all you. See, I just take good ideas from my friends and then I keep doing them enough until you just assume that it was my good idea. One thing that I hate but love but also hate again is like whenever there's something funny that Justin does and then I feel like, oh, that's a really good small thing, like the little action figure versions of us. Actually, it's not something Justin did. He just had that funny picture and then someone cut him out of that picture and then it became a whole Twitter thing. But then I did it too after the marathon because you guys wanted to meme us together. But then I feel like, well, Justin did the thing and now I'm copying Justin. I'm just a piece of shit. I'm just a big piece of shit. I don't know. I don't know if Mamrie. Don't tell Manry this happened. I don't know if Manry was the boy on the spot that time. Oh yeah, I know, Dave. I'm just being Mr. Anxiety. You know how it is. You know how it goes. Hell yeah, I think even Kono. There was a little outbreak of the full face emotes. But I think Justin started that with Nacho, right? And then I did it and Good did it. No, I know, but I'm talking about how I'm a big piece of shit. I'm sure they existed. I'm sure Justin didn't invent close-up pictures. Oh yeah, that's another one. Justin had the fist, and then I made the bump. I made the fist bump. Awuga's Chibli, and I made the eyeballs. I just tag along. I don't think my own thoughts. They added animated emotes. I don't know how long it's been now, 6 months or so, and they are special. You get 5 slots. I think everybody gets 5 slots. I don't know if you can earn more. No, Dave, it's all a deception. It's all a ruse. I do love when I make you guys laugh. It's one of my favorite things. Whenever we have a stream and there's a moment, oh God, what was that one? Do you remember this, Dave? Oh, this is going to be awful trying to remember, but we had that one night on Wreckfest. I remember we were on the farmlands map, so we were winding the night down, and there was a couple of things in there that I said where I think I nearly killed Justin and you, Dave, with a different thing. But I don't remember what it was, what the joke was. But whenever that happens, I go back to those VODs and I just rewatch over and over. And I'll go to the other streams too and see the perspective, because I want to see I want to see your fucking face laugh. I don't know why, I just obsess over that. I did that with the when we did the Jackbox recently. I kept going back to my ones where I got a big laugh, and I was just like, yes, I'm basking here. I'm basking. But my brain doesn't really let me keep that stuff. After that's passed, I revert back to thinking that I've never had an original thought or ever said anything funny. I just like mind wipe. Well, Dave definitely has the ultimate laugh. I've seen more often than anything in terms of comments about laughs. I feel like I've seen people say, Dave has such a good laugh 1,000 times. On different, like any stream where Dave laughs, I'll then see that comment pretty shortly thereafter. And also, I think Justin is generally known for having a very good laugh. Full monkey mode. I'm jealous of y'all's laughs, because you both have laughs that are, how do I explain this? Fully genuine sounding. And that makes it sound like I'm implying that they're not genuine. I'm not. But some of us aren't so blessed with our laughs, and like I don't have a very genuine sounding laugh, or if I do, actually I'm just cursed to cough most of the time. If I'm having a real serious laugh, I just end up coughing, which is not a sound, it's not an endearing laugh. Jolly, joyful, yeah. That's just, it's a thing that people can like. People just find it endearing. Just be glad none of you have Jimmy Carr's laugh. I love when anybody calls him out, and yeah, same brain dev. He's explained it before where he laughs in, so like he breathes when he laughs, he's breathing in at the time. So he's going so it's on the in breath. Like imagine being cursed with that. He sounds like a fucking seal. Apollo does do that. Apollo's laugh is that's Apollo's laugh. Did I nail it? Does that sound familiar? But that's also a pretty good one because he is being crippled with laughter. Also fairly endearing. Oh my god. That clip in Justin's intro. I did never see the Pokemon card stream. And the perfect setup of where he's doing the judging which one's a bug or a dog, and then Apollo shows up in chat and he does the I know that one, dog, 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 or he goes, oh, Apollo, dog. Just perfect. The highest of the toppest tier. Yeah. God, I so much want to do like sketch stuff with my buds. That's what I've wanted for so long, and I don't think it's ever going to happen. And I was lamenting it because, again, like Justin and I had a moment during the marathon because of the masked tasker, and we were having to improv on the stage doing whatever. And afterwards, he was like, I want to do more stuff like this. I'm like, yes, I know. I've been saying this forever. I want to do this shit. But we are all of modest means. The imperative to survive is too strong and not well enough fulfilled. None of us have the disposable income to just fuck off and go put something together. You know, I used to be excited about the prospect of possibly moving out that way. But what's killed it for me is how overwhelmingly and completely I can't even think of anywhere at all in this entire country that I want to live. That's really taken a lot of the optimism out of it, or I don't know. Oh, Canada doesn't seem like it's really much better anymore. It used to seem like maybe it was better, but I would say recently I'm not so sure. Seems very similar, but way colder. The thing is that you were too close and you've caught the same disease. I mean, it's not your fault probably, but it's there. Sorry. Like, it really felt like Beef was trying to convince me to move to Canada when we had that fireside talk. It was feeling like Beef just wanted me to be his fucking neighbor. And that would be cool for sure. But I have no fucking idea, y'all. Thank you, Dave. Did that you and like a pile of other people, like a number of the other Mindcrackers are interested in like forming a planning team around it. I really want to. I want to do like more task planning, but I also want to improve the production approach. So like first and foremost, I want to figure out how to better incentivize donation stuff, because it wasn't like a moneymaker, but there wasn't much like to involve donators, right? We had the prize task at the beginning, and then the voting on which one was the best was done with donations, but it didn't move a lot of money, so that didn't feel great. But yeah, I'd like to do pre-recorded stuff, and I want to be able to integrate that all together in the presentation so that we can have everybody on the stage, do it like the show, basically. Do it more like the show. So we have a scoreboard that we can update live and have that on a display, and then also be able to cut to pre-recorded stuff so we can do more interesting tasks, because it's rough when it's all contained to the stage. It's really limited what you can do. And also, the tasks that you choose to do, a lot of the reason they pre-record stuff for the real show is because you don't want to watch the actual full 20 minutes or full hour and a half somebody spent doing some dumb task. You want the highlights. You want the montage. Yeah, exactly, Dave. That's exactly how I want to do it. I want to make it a panel show thing. Nah, not THC. Just very low nicotine juice. Strawberry something, some mix. The escape room was excellent, and I'd like to see a return of that next year. Although that's another one where I don't know if it moved money or not. It seemed like it had one incentive, and I think it got used once. Maybe twice. I think it got used twice. So that's another one where it's like we have to figure out how to monetize these things. Another thing is I feel like we could have more of a like games done quick style interface. I think that would be very good, because our interface is pretty static. It does show the running totals and things like that, but that's it. And I'm wondering if we couldn't design something a bit better. Maybe we could come up with more interactive incentives. Like, what if you had something like voting on maybe who you want to see in the escape room. Maybe like we have like a running thing of like whatever the top 4 are that made the most money are the ones that are going to do the escape room or something like that. Which of course would be of a pre-approved list of people who are actually willing to do it, but you know what I'm saying. And that's just like a running thing. And then in our between screens, like what GDQ does, it goes to this thing that rotates through like what's the current stuff happening, what's up for auction, blah 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 blah. The trouble with all these things is you need like staff. We really, these Minecraft marathons are run on like a fucking shoestring and whatever can be scraped together, so it's tough to do more advanced things. There is the Patreon. I don't know how it's doing. Hopefully it's doing well. Yeah, current segment, next segment. Yeah, like we could absolutely have a way better presentation. I'm not saying that ours is awful, but like there's room to grow for sure. I would love to design something like that. Maybe I should put some time into it. But the point of the charity stream is to raise money. So like if you're doing segments, it's good if they draw people, but it's just, to my view, it's not enough just to do that. The whole point of it is to raise as much money as possible for kids in hospitals. And so it's obviously a high priority to figure out how we can incentivize making that happen. Yeah, that's why I'm focusing on GDQs, because I think that their formula for doing it is really good. And I think that part of it has to do with that it's conveyed well to the audience. You know, they can see what's happening, and that's what I'm saying. So I'm not saying it thoughtlessly. I'm not saying that we have to have incentives, even if they're bad. I'm saying we need to come up with clever ones that are good, that inspire people to get involved more. And ditch ones that are bad and don't inspire people to get involved. That's what I'm saying. It's just my feel on it. I think generally positive incentives would be better, but I think that with careful consideration, so it's a double-edged sword. This is one of those things that you can't use lightly. It's similar to like hidden role game thinking, right? When you decide to go in the opposite direction, if you decide to go off-road, you shouldn't do so willy-nilly. That requires a lot more thought because it can blow up in your fucking face. Positive stuff is much easier. What you doing, bud? Come here. Choo-choo. My son. Come here, son. You got your raccoon? Bring him here. Bring him here. You're wagging at me. Come here. Buddy. Come here. Come here. Choo 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 choo. Choo 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 choo. He's just like staring at me from the couch, wagging his tail. Chew Bear. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come here. Come here. He keeps getting more excited because I'm calling for him, but he's just channeling it into his squeaky raccoon. He's just squeaking the fucking shit out of it. Come on, come here, buddy. Come on. Come here. You can bring the raccoon. Come on. Come here, buddy. You're so happy that I'm talking to you, but you won't come over here. He's just sitting there, staring at me, wagging his ass off with this raccoon in his mouth. I tried. Oh, I think I've run out of shit to talk about, actually. I think I've talked about all the things I had. Pretty much. There are the kittens. There's not too much for me to say on that. They just came to us today. I didn't realize there were going to be 4. I thought it was going to be 2. But what can I say? They're adorable, and they are very skittish. They were not excited to see me. But I don't think any of them hissed at me. They just kind of stayed, like little clustered up beans, and just kind of looked at me. We are fostering 4 kittens. Yep. Check the tweet. They are special. They're so cute. Ooh, that's a good idea, Dave. I like that. I like that. Make it a tug of war thing, too. Where people keep having to, it's like 3 progress bars or something in contention.
He has a flat brain.
Can't say colors. Cannot use common words is too vague. You're relying on the person to go what the fuck does that mean? What's a common word? What qualifies? Opposite day. Yeah, I would call it no for yes, yes for no. So, can't say colors. No for yes, yes for no. Nah, I don't like that one, Incodito. It's got to be simple. It's got to be instantly understandable. Oh, I see what you mean, BFA. So it would end up being a list that somebody has to remember. And it just feels like it would be cumbersome. Can't say numbers. That's a tough one. That would be tough. But yeah, and then it could be this thing where it's just always on. And then the 4th would be normal. And so it starts with normal, but then donators could keep trying to bring one of them to the top. Or put it back to normal. Oh, these are good, Dave. You're on a roll here. You're on a roll.
tinted glasses. That would be tough with the VR though, right? Assuming that's what they did it with VR, didn't they? I guess we could do it on not VR. Oh, for the book person. You have the big brain. I have the bad brain. Oh, it just says colors. Oh, okay. All right. We all have the bad brain. The flat brain. He has a flat brain. Zombie Ron Swanson, thank you for that gift sub. Is 6 here? I didn't see. Did I miss it? Was that just out of nowhere? Looks like it was just out of nowhere. I don't know. Maybe Stream Elements has gone stupid, as does sometimes happen. You should compile these into a document, Dave, so they don't get forgotten. Just save it for the future, and hopefully we remember that you did this. I'm not the writing guy. I think ideas like that would make it fun for people who are interacting with cash are pretty good. Even if it's like negative impact for the hosts. But I don't think any of that seems like it wouldn't make it like unfun. I think it would make it very funny. Personally, for my own money, I like things that give me more opportunities to be funny with it, you know? Like, hell, the funniest stuff from that session is like when Arcus got frustrated with Pac. He's like, "Work with me," and slapped him with the manual. Those are the best moments. Yeah, well, so just because some things were not well executed or evolved away from what was previously good execution doesn't mean that nothing like this can ever work. You have to understand that the way the marathon currently works is nobody's being paid. It's all volunteer. There's a very limited number of people who are actually able to devote a lot of time to the pre-planning, and it's also so much bigger than it looks. And what happens is like we'll have good ideas, but they don't get fleshed out enough because nobody had enough time to do so, or it fell through the cracks. Like, I've been trying to encourage us to get onto some sort of a task management system so that we can log all this stuff and break everything up into projects and have people who are like literally responsible for certain portions of something, to ensure or help to ensure that some things actually get done. Because it's a lot. It's really difficult to put that shit together. The fact that we managed to basically make it work end to end, despite, issues and such, is pretty amazing pretty much every year. Because it's like falling with style, a lot of it. So I believe that a lot of this stuff, even if the ideas are ambitious, they're still worth entertaining, because if we do manage to get some of the stuff smoothed over, like actually get things done or get things planned enough ahead of time, or if maybe we get another few more volunteers to help with things or whatever it takes, then it'll end up having been worthwhile. Live action Among Us, huh? Unfortunately, I feel like that would make us look more boomery than ever, because Among Us is super dead. Super fucking dead. But I like the idea of doing some sort of a role-playing game, hidden role. We could probably design our own, because a lot of us have a lot of expertise with those. And come up with something that's tailored to the marathon. I feel like the Monster Party was almost kind of sort of a step in that direction, without the game having any depth whatsoever. It was a weird game because it just played itself. There was really no... All it really was sort of a scaffolding on top of which you could improv. But it wasn't really a game, because everybody just had to read their lines at some person. And no gameplay really comes into that at all. Other than, I guess paying attention, trying to figure out who done it. But similar to that, we could do a hidden role game with something like that and see how that plays out, but make it themed, so we're all wearing costumes and we've dressed the set somehow. Multiple camera angles. I think the possible big problem with that is going to be direction, because I think you would need multiple camera operators. This past marathon, we only really had one camera operator, which is Drew. And to capture all the things that are happening, you need pretty good coverage so that you can cut between. So there'd have to be good camera people and good coverage there. And then at the directing end, there has to be somebody who knows or is watching or has a good sense of, something worth watching is happening, and switching to that at the right times. That's fairly complicated. Especially since it would all be improv, so there's no way to know when the good things are happening. So we can help that along by everybody involved being very cognizant and have sort of a pre-agreement of, like, I'm going to telegraph that things are going to happen, but not in a stupid, too obvious way, but like somehow I'm going to indicate. You'd have to have like a tell. I don't know, but it would take planning. Could be feasible. Yes, but did you film it, Dave? I was involved in a giant LARP one time at a convention. I think it was Dragon Con. It wasn't terribly fun. I'm pretty sure there wasn't really any restriction on character sheets. I think it was even like bring your character from home almost. So I think someone just walked up to me and killed me like instantly. There wasn't anything I could do. That was my experience. Very cool and fun. the problem with, gosh, this is the thing I feel like a lot of people miss with games that are like that, or like hidden role games or whatever, is that it needs to be more. It's not jumping into a lobby on a gun game or something and just doing whatever you want, entertaining yourself. There's a meta. There's an active, living meta with these games that you need to be aware of, and you have a sort of silent handshake thing with the other people involved, where you're not just trying to kill each other, because that's boring. You're trying to create something together. You need to give other people the opportunity. It's a give and take. You need to set other people up, and you need to give them the opportunity to set you up. And there has to be this sort of give and take relationship stuff. That, like, everybody involved has to kind of be on that same wavelength together. Otherwise, it's not as good as it could be. That's always how I felt about TTT. That's why, for me, like, TTT was endlessly... I would never have stopped, because I didn't really care about the game. It wasn't about the gunplay. It was about almost being like a canvas or a medium, where we're all in this thing where we're lying to each other and almost crafting little stories. And it's way more fun to create a situation that resolves itself in a funny way than to just walk up to people and kill them. Unless that is in itself funny because of the situation or something like that. It's not necessarily always wrong to do, but like, that's the stuff I cared about, was the dynamic story that's weaving itself throughout every round. Oh man, one of my favorite old clips is that one where we were in the bowling alley, me and Justin are there at the counter, and I had somebody's, I think it was Alex, it was just Alex's rag doll, and I picked her up and I put her behind the counter, and I go, "Hello, welcome to the snack bar, what would you like to eat?" And then someone activated a trader trap. I think it was Justin. So he was playing along. So the whole room behind her filled with fire, and then the gate came down in front of her, so I just go, "Oh, sorry, we're closed, actually. Goodbye." Tiny moment. Extremely funny. And it didn't involve anybody winning or losing or anything. It was just fucking funny. Those are always good moments, Steph. Those are great. Occasionally. Oh, that was Apollo. That was Apollo. That was still, honestly, I think, a contender for the greatest moment in prop hunt history. Not just our prop hunt history, but all prop hunt history. It happened to Apollo both times, and they were both in the same map, so it was close together. Because I believe I got him with the melon first, it was sublime. It was perfection, because it just had it all. You hear him walking around babbling, complaining you can't find anybody. And then he finds a melon dancing in the street. And you can hear his voice just dripping with overconfidence, going, "Oh." and then he shoots it, and he had like 1 HP. So he died. I didn't plan that. I didn't know that was going to fucking happen. Hilarious. The best possible thing that could have ever happened in Prop Hunt. Oh. And then I think a little bit later in the map, I was a table, and I was waving that crate around. I was trying to make it look like a crate was running around in the room. And I had both Chiblee and Apollo, but Apollo mainly was the one who was in there searching the room while I was doing this. He just shot that crate. Until Chiblee yelled at him, "It's the table! It's the fucking table!" Trouble was that was unfortunately one of those tricks you can't really keep using, because once everybody was wise to it, it was kind of over. Couldn't get away with it anymore. Hachu! Hello, my boy, my son. How are you? Don't lick me in the mouth. Please don't lick me in the mouth. How you doing, buddy? Were you having fun with your raccoon? Mm-hmm. It's the masked tasker in person. Holding him is such a it's a workout, because I have to keep dancing my mouth away, because he just wants to lick you in the mouth. I assume it's affection, but it's not affection that I want. I'm sorry, bud. I don't want to French kiss you. He's my most special son. Mwah, I love this boy so much. My microscopic baby son. Okay. Oh. You okay, buddy? I gotcha. Mwah. Mwah. Sorry, this isn't super comfortable, is it? There you go. He was trying to get comfortable, so he was distracted. Choo-choo bear. Choo-choo bear. You just want to explore my desk now, huh? You just want to look for scraps and crumbs. Why my mind not letting him? I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it would be great. You know, doesn't seem like it would be too good. Ooh. Hey, not on the desk, buddy. Not on the desk, buddy. Choo choo, choo choo. Over here. Hi, buddy. What are you looking for up there, huh? What are you looking for up there? You're wagging your tail in my face. You're pretty happy about this because it's unexplored territory, right? Oh, that's the microphone, bud. That's the microphone. You having fun? You having fun? You should have brought your raccoon. You could have showed them your raccoon, buddy. You just kind of don't know what to do now, don't you? Hi, thank you. put you down now, okay, buddy? He immediately went right in his little bed. I have a little bed here next to me so you can hang out with me during the day and be comfortable. I think he licked my glasses. Office dog. Yeah, he's my goodest son. I love him very much. Well, my friends, it's getting quite late. I'm off. I need some relaxation time. I'm off tomorrow and Friday. Yeah. Big break. Need it. I need it a lot. Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate all y'all. Yeah, Justin got those NDI cams. They're pretty cool. I'm thinking about them myself, possibly, once we get more shit done around here and once I get a little bit better positioned money-wise. But for the cost, what they do is really good. Because they're NDI and they're PoE, Power over Ethernet. So they're $400 a pop, but they're good quality and like virtually lagless NDI streams over the Ethernet. So could get maybe a couple of those and put them around. They'd be good for kitchen streams. I mean, this is what Justin's doing, so they seem quite good. Anyway. Oh, let me find them real quick before I go. Fur. Oh God, where did that conversation happen? Where? Sorry, it's not. It's not far. I'm sure it's not far. There's only a couple places it could be. Just search. Ah, it's the HD NDI 200 by Ida Imaging. Let's see if Synergy's working. It is. So yeah, thanks everybody. Y'all cool. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great holiday if I don't see you before then. Be safe.